I'm Jack Goodman, and today I'll be answering the questions the Rocky Mountain Wildkeepers asked me. And the first thing they asked is for me to share one of my favorite quotes, and it's a John Stuart Mill quote. And it goes, "As long as justice and injustice have not terminated their ever-renewing fight for ascendancy in the affairs of mankind, human beings must be willing, when need is, to do battle for one against the other." This is kind of a generational quote. Both of my parents have it memorized. They had to when they're at the Air Force Academy. And to them, it meant things about service and honor as related to their military service. But to me, it means things when I think of conservation and I think of being willing to stand up and do something that's meaningful and will have positive effects instead of being unwilling to act. All right, the next question was, what aspects of teamwork are most important to me when I'm working with others to accomplish a shared goal? And I would say communication's number one. I spent the last year working in the elephant barn, and my hearing got a lot better because it's really difficult when someone's yelling at you from the other side of the barn trying to ask you a question over all the noise. But it's very important to be able to talk through a problem and to be able to let people know what you're doing and what they can do to help so that no one's overlapping with their tasks and you can be as efficient as possible. And communication's also key when I'm on the soccer field. It's important to be able to talk to people, let people know where they need to be moving, things like that, helping people watch their backs and where they can't see their blind spots. So communication is definitely a big one. And I would say another very important aspect is chemistry. Just knowing the people you're working with just gives you a big leg up. Being able to do more in less time and knowing what the other people are going to do before they do it is super important. All right, the next question was tell you guys about a personal accomplishment that I'm proud of, and I would definitely say my first team academic all-state award. So I got put on the first team for my conference for having a 4.7 GPA and also lettering in soccer. So I think it's a super cool accomplishment because it really shows a balance between academics and athletics. So I think that's super important to me. And then the next question was, what kind of animal do I think I'm the most similar to and why? I would definitely have to go with maybe a Rocky Mountain goat, just because I spend all of my time that I'm not at the zoo or at school in the mountains. And I really love rock climbing, I really love skiing. So everything I do comes down to the mountains and gravity, really. So I think it's super cool to watch these Rocky Mountain goats just being able to ascend these sheer faces and things like that. So maybe a Rocky Mountain goat just because I love the mountains. And then the last question was, what else should you know about me? There's not a ton. I really love the outdoors. I really enjoy spending my time skiing or rock climbing when I'm not at the zoo. But other than that, maybe I really am dedicated to schoolwork. I think academics are super important and I never stop learning. I really enjoy taking difficult classes, and I think that translates over to the zoo because I really enjoy doing difficult tasks. But I also like to have a lot of fun when I'm working, so that's a big piece too. All right, I think that's my time, so thank you. I hope you guys are staying safe.